They say the mirror house doesn't show your reflection. It shows your soul. And if you ever see yourself smile when you shouldn't, it's already too late. In the far corner of a forgotten town stood the mirror house. Its walls sagged with age, its windows blackened with dust, and its gates locked to the world. Yet some places call to the curious, and some souls cannot resist answering. That night, a single figure stepped through the overgrown gates. Ethan, a young man with pale skin, messy black hair that hung over his hollow eyes, wearing a torn dark blue hoodie and faded jeans, his face always carrying a look of unease as though he had seen something he should not have. He had heard the rumors. They said inside the house was a maze of mirrors, each one showing not your reflection, but your soul. They said once you entered, you never left. The front door creaked open, heavy and unwilling, as though the house itself tried to resist him. Ethan slipped inside. Dust hung in the air. The lobby stretched unnaturally wide, every wall covered in mirrors, all fractured, all wrong. In some, his reflection moved late, lagging behind him. In others, it did not move at all. Ethan's chest tightened. He whispered to himself that it was only glass, only tricks of the eye. But in this place, glass was never just glass. The air grew colder as he stepped deeper. His shoes echoed on warped floors. In one mirror, his reflection grinned when he did not. In another, it blinked after him, slower, deliberate. He stopped, staring at himself. His reflection tilted its head and whispered his name. Ethan. He stumbled back, heart hammering. The voice came not from the air, but from inside the glass. The mirrors shifted as he passed. Some stretched his face into monstrous shapes. Others showed him older, broken, bleeding. He felt watched, hunted by 1,000 versions of himself. He turned a corner. The hallway narrowed into a tunnel of mirrors that reached endlessly into blackness. With every step, the walls pulsed like veins, as if the maze itself was alive. And then came the sound. Scratching, clawing, from inside the glass. He spun. His reflection pounded against the surface, fists bleeding, eyes black. The glass cracked. Dozens of other Ethans began clawing from the walls, screaming silently, desperate to break free. The tunnel bled. Thick red streaks ran down the mirrors, pooling at his feet. In the glass, his reflections bent down and drank greedily. Ethan gagged, backing away. His chest seized with terror. The whisper returned, stronger. Come deeper. Compelled, he followed into a vast chamber. At its center loomed a single mirror, taller than the house itself, its surface swirling like a black ocean. Ethan's breath caught. In the glass, he saw his childhood bedroom. His younger self sat on the bed, playing quietly, innocent. Tears welled in his eyes. He stepped closer. Then, the child looked up and smiled. Its grin split too wide, filled with sharp, glistening teeth. Ethan staggered back. The child crawled down from the bed, scuttling toward the surface like a spider. The black mirror rippled, and the child spilled through, limbs jerking unnaturally, crawling toward him on all fours. No, no, Ethan whispered, scrambling back. The creature lunged. It struck him, and in a flash, melted into shards that cut into his skin. He screamed, blood smearing across the mirrored floor. The shards crawled away, slithering back into the great mirror. The surface rippled again, and from it rose something colossal. A titan made of broken glass, jagged and glowing from within. Ethan's eyes widened in disbelief as he craned his neck upward. The monster lowered its head. Its face was not one, but dozens. Hundreds. Every shard was Ethan's face, each screaming, each trapped. The air cracked with its voice. You are nothing but a reflection. Ethan's body shivered violently. He looked down. His skin was turning translucent, like glass. Cracks spread through his arms, glowing faintly from within. He screamed, smashing his fist into the nearest mirror. It shattered, but instead of freeing him, the shards sank into his flesh, merging with his veins. His reflection's scream joined his own. The world dissolved into black. When he awoke, Ethan stood again in the mirror house lobby. Everything was quiet. dust, silence, and broken mirrors. Had it been a dream? He turned toward the exit. His breath slowed. Relief almost returned. But then, he saw it. In the glass doors, his reflection didn't move with him. He froze. The reflection smiled. "No," Ethan whispered. The reflection pressed its hand against the glass. Ethan's body rose against his will, mimicking it perfectly. Panic surged. He couldn't stop himself. His limbs obeyed the mirror. The reflection laughed soundlessly, and with a violent pull, it dragged him forward. The surface of the glass rippled like water. Ethan screamed as his body stretched, pulled inside, his voice fading as he vanished into the mirror. And then, silence. The lobby stood empty once again. Dust settled slowly across the cracked floor. The mirrors, though broken, each held his face. Ethan stared from every surface, screaming, pounding, forever trapped. The house waited, silent, patient, waiting for the next soul to enter.